Imagine two people move into their very first apartments. They live in the same city, earn the same salary, and are signing their leases on the exact same day. Person A visits a rent-to-own store. She selects a new couch, a TV, and a laptop for $50 a week. She walks out with everything she needs that same afternoon, feeling like she's made a manageable, low-stress decision. Person B chooses to wait. They buy a used couch for $80, spend 2 months saving for a basic TV, and delay the laptop purchase until they can pay for it in full. Both individuals believe they are making a rational choice based on their identical incomes, but this moving day decision sets them on completely different financial paths. Fast forward 3 years. Person A paid 4 times the item's worth, but after missing 2 payments, the company took it back. Meanwhile, Person B owned their items outright since year 1, building a savings account now worth more than a used car. Person A's outcome didn't result from reckless spending or gambling. She simply followed the standard logic that if you can afford the weekly payment, you can afford the item. This logic is a carefully engineered trap. It is designed to drain wealth through small, manageable increments that hide the true cost of the transaction. Take a standard $600 couch. A rent-to-own store might offer it for $20 weekly over 18 months. By the contract's end, it costs $1,500. Miss a payment late in the lease, and they repossess it, leaving you with nothing. Unlike a bank loan or a credit card purchase, where you eventually own the asset even if you struggle with the debt, rent-to-own provides no such protection for your investment. This strategy of payment segmentation creates a mathematical smokescreen, allowing companies to hide markups of 200% to 400% behind the feeling of affordability. If the math is so clearly weighted against the consumer, why do so many of us continue to agree to these terms? Behavioral economics describes this as hyperbolic discounting. It's a biological tendency to prioritize immediate rewards over significant costs that won't arrive for months or years. This stems from ancient survival instincts. Ancestors thrived by consuming resources immediately, rather than calculating long-term storage, leaving us wired for the short term. Modern showrooms are engineered to trigger this exact response. The lighting, layout, and sales scripts are designed to keep you focused on your budget today, rather than what it costs you over the next 3 years. The desire to have a living space that reflects who you are right now is a deeply human instinct, and it's one that the rental industry understands very well. The rental industry monetizes human impatience, selling highly expensive relief from the psychological discomfort of waiting. As the simulation of Person A and B shows, building wealth depends less on the total salary earned and more on the gap between what you earn and what you keep. Every dollar overpaid for a rented laptop or TV is an invisible leak. That money is permanently removed from your control, meaning it can never be used to grow your net worth. Consider the $700 Person B saved by buying a laptop outright. If that single saving is invested at an average market return over 25 years, it can grow into several $1,000s. Generating this kind of growth doesn't require specialized skills. It only requires the discipline to let your money compound for you, rather than handing those gains over to a rental company. These minor decision points are where wealth is either preserved or lost. Plugging these invisible leaks is what allows a person to stay financially ahead, even on a modest income. You can defend against these traps by calculating the total contract cost of any easy payment offer before you sign. Seeing the full number usually breaks the psychological spell of the weekly price. Accepting short-term discomfort, like an empty corner in your apartment for a few weeks, serves as a necessary trade-off for long-term financial security. Change the internal question from, "How do I get this now?" to, "How do I get this without paying extra for the privilege of not waiting?" This mindset shift protects your future self. It prevents you from having to work significantly farther later in life just to replace the wealth lost to small, avoidable payments today. True financial health involves distinguishing between genuinely owning an asset and merely renting the temporary feeling of it.